Welcome to an enchanting voyage through the captivating world of English metrical romances. Prepare to be swept away by tales of chivalry, adventure, and courtly love that have echoed through the centuries. In this immersive YouTube audiobook, we invite you to join us on a journey into the realm of knights, damsels, and heroic quests, where the rhythms of poetry bring these timeless stories to life. Discover the allure of these narratives, where valiant knights wield swords of honor, noble ladies inspire acts of bravery, and magical realms are brought to vivid existence through the power of language. From the legendary tales of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table to the exploits of heroic figures like Sir Gawain, Beowulf, and countless others, you'll be transported to a world where honor, loyalty, and courage reign supreme. As you listen to these tales unfold, you'll witness the interplay between poetic form and narrative artistry, as the verses themselves become a vehicle for storytelling magic. The rhythmic cadence of the metrical romances adds depth to the characters, texture to the settings, and an enchanting atmosphere that will draw you into the heart of each adventure. To embark on this mesmerizing journey through English metrical romances and to stay connected with the richness of English literature, make sure to subscribe to our channel, English Poetry. By subscribing, you'll become part of a vibrant community that celebrates the beauty of language, the power of narrative, and the enduring appeal of stories that have captivated hearts for generations. Join us now and let the world of English metrical romances open its gates of wonder and imagination before you. Subscribe to English Poetry and embark on a literary adventure like no other. At the crossroads of literature and history, English metrical romances stand as luminous jewels in the literary crown of the medieval era. These enchanting narratives, often composed in verse, transport us to a world of chivalry, heroism, courtly love, and fantastical adventures. Rooted in the oral traditions of storytelling, these romances captivated the imaginations of audiences across centuries, leaving an indelible mark on English literature. Emerging in the Middle Ages, English metrical romances flourished during a time when the art of storytelling held a central place in the lives of people. These tales were recited, sung, and performed in courts, castles, and taverns, weaving a tapestry of shared cultural experiences. The romances became a means of entertainment, education, and a reflection of societal values. One of the hallmark features of English metrical romances is their focus on chivalry, a code of conduct that extolled virtues such as honor, loyalty, and gallantry. Knights, the central figures in these narratives, embarked on quests to prove their valor, rescue damsels in distress, and uphold the ideals of knighthood. Through their exploits, the romances celebrated ideals of heroism and noble conduct that captured the aspirations of their audiences. Among the most famous figures in these romances is King Arthur, the legendary monarch who, along with his Knights of the Round Table, became synonymous with the ideals of chivalry and justice. The Arthurian cycle of romances weaves a complex tapestry of characters, including Sir Lancelot, Sir Gawain, and the enigmatic Merlin. These tales delve into themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the search for the Holy Grail, encapsulating a world rich in symbolism and myth. Equally integral to English metrical romances is the concept of courtly love, an intricate and often idealized form of love that developed within the context of medieval courts. The romances paint a picture of refined courtly manners, elaborate rituals, and the profound emotional connections between knights and the noble ladies. These love stories, infused with longing and devotion, explore the tensions between the spiritual and the sensual, adding depth and complexity to the narratives. The fantastical and supernatural elements of English metrical romances transport us to realms of magic and wonder. These narratives introduce us to dragons, giants, enchantresses, and other mythical creatures, blurring the boundaries between reality and imagination. These elements not only serve as sources of excitement but also carry allegorical significance, reflecting the moral and ethical challenges faced by the protagonists. As time progressed, English metrical romances continued to evolve, adapting to changing literary tastes and societal shifts. They were not only celebrated in their original oral and manuscript forms but also influenced later works, including the works of Geoffrey Chaucer and Edmund Spenser, who drew inspiration from the Romances' themes and narrative structures. The enduring allure of English metrical romances lies in their ability to transcend time and resonate with readers and listeners across generations. These tales, with their blend of valor, passion, and imagination, invite us to explore the complexities of human nature, the ideals of chivalry, and the timeless quest for love and adventure. Through the verses of these romances, we bridge the gap between the medieval world and our own, entering a realm where the echoes of heroism and the whispers of romance continue to captivate hearts and minds. As we delve deeper into the realm of English metrical romances, we uncover their role as conduits of cultural exchange and their impact on shaping the literary landscape of the medieval era. These captivating narratives not only entertained and inspired, but they also facilitated the blending of diverse traditions, languages, and ideologies. The romances were not confined to a single cultural or linguistic sphere, rather, they represented a crossroads of influences. They were influenced by the rich tapestry of European literature, drawing upon sources such as Celtic legends, French chansons de gesta, and even ancient classical epics. Through this intricate interplay of influences, the romances became a melting pot of narratives, allowing different cultures to contribute to a shared literary heritage. One of the fascinating aspects of English metrical romances is their evolution over time. As they were passed down through generations, these tales underwent adaptations, reinterpretations, and embellishments. Each retelling added new layers of meaning, offering insights into the changing attitudes, beliefs, and values of medieval society. The romances also provided a platform for social commentary and exploration of contemporary issues. While often set in distant lands or bygone eras, these narratives frequently mirrored the concerns and challenges of the time in which they were composed. They offered a safe space for contemplating topics such as governance, honor, and the role of women within the context of chivalry. These narratives were not solely the province of the elite or the courtly circles. They resonated with a wide range of audiences, from aristocrats to commoners. The oral tradition of storytelling ensured that the romances reached diverse communities, fostering a shared cultural experience that transcended social boundaries. Beyond their literary merit, English metrical romances offer a fascinating window into the linguistic evolution of the English language. As the language transformed over time, the romances played a significant role in shaping and enriching its vocabulary, syntax, and expression. They became a testament to the dynamic nature of language and its capacity to adapt and thrive. The visual and material culture of the romances is equally compelling. Manuscripts containing these narratives were often adorned with intricate illustrations and illuminations, transforming the written word into a multisensory experience. These artistic embellishments not only enhanced the aesthetic appeal of the manuscripts but also deepened the reader's engagement with the stories. The legacy of English metrical romances extends far beyond the medieval era. Their influence can be traced through later literary movements, from the Renaissance to the Romantic period and beyond. The themes, motifs, and narrative structures of the romances continue to inspire generations of writers, poets, and artists, reflecting their enduring relevance and power. As we continue our exploration of English metrical romances, we find ourselves embarking on a journey that transcends boundaries of time, culture, and language. These narratives, with their intricate interplay of influences, their capacity for adaptation, and their role as mirrors of society, invite us to immerse ourselves in a world of storytelling magic, a world where the echoes of ages past reverberate in the whispers of knights, the songs of troubadours, and the timeless allure of romance and adventure. As we delve even deeper into the captivating tapestry of English metrical romances, we uncover the genre's significance in shaping cultural identity and fostering a sense of belonging within medieval society. These narratives, with their tales of honor, quests, and courtly love, became mirrors reflecting the aspirations and ideals of a people seeking to define themselves within a rapidly changing world. The romances offered a means of preserving and transmitting collective memory. In an era where the written word was not accessible to all, these narratives carried the weight of preserving historical and cultural knowledge. They held within their verses the echoes of a shared heritage, recounting stories of legendary kings, battles, and ancient traditions. A sense of place and geography permeates many of the romances. These narratives often evoke a strong connection to specific landscapes, whether real or imagined. Through vivid descriptions of forests, castles, and rivers, the romances create a sense of familiarity and rootedness, allowing listeners and readers to envision themselves within these landscapes. The romances played a role in shaping gender roles and expectations in medieval society. While they often celebrated the ideals of chivalry and courtly love, they also offered glimpses of the challenges faced by women. The portrayal of noble ladies as objects of desire and virtue, as well as the themes of female agency and power, provide insights into the complexities of gender dynamics. A fascinating interplay between faith and culture emerges within the romances. Many of these narratives are steeped in Christian symbolism, reflecting the prevailing religious worldview of the time. Yet, they also incorporate elements from pagan traditions and folklore, demonstrating the coexistence of multiple belief systems within the medieval consciousness. The romance's exploration of the otherworldly introduces audiences to realms of enchantment and mystery. The concept of fairy, a realm inhabited by magical beings, adds an element of wonder to the narratives. These fantastical elements served as a way of engaging with the unknown and tapping into the human fascination with the supernatural. Medieval courts were often places of political intrigue and diplomacy, and the romances, with their tales of alliances and rivalries, offer insights into the intricacies of courtly life. These narratives shed light on the customs, etiquette, and social dynamics of the aristocracy, allowing audiences to peer behind the curtains of power. The legacy of English metrical romances extends beyond literature into other art forms. These narratives influenced visual arts, music, and even the nascent genre of theatre. Their stories served as sources of inspiration for painters, sculptors, and composers, contributing to the cultural tapestry of the Renaissance and beyond. As we continue our exploration of English metrical romances, we are invited to immerse ourselves not only in tales of adventure and love but also in the deeper currents of identity, tradition, and the timeless quest for a sense of belonging. These narratives, with their rich layers of symbolism, their exploration of human nature, and their role in shaping cultural consciousness, invite us to journey through the ages and uncover the profound resonance of stories that have etched themselves into the very fabric of our collective imagination. As we continue to unravel the intricate threads of English metrical romances, we uncover their role as expressions of cultural resilience in the face of adversity and change. These narratives, with their enduring themes and timeless tales, stand as testaments to the human spirit's ability to endure, adapt, and find solace in storytelling. The romances often served as a means of coping with uncertainty and upheaval. In an era marked by social, political, and economic challenges, these narratives provided a form of escapism, allowing audiences to momentarily escape the hardships of reality and lose themselves in the realms of fantasy and adventure. The romances were also a vehicle for social commentary and critique. Through the lens of knights, ladies, and courtly ideals, they subtly addressed contemporary issues and societal tensions. These narratives enabled audiences to engage with complex themes such as justice, power, and the responsibilities of leadership in a manner that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. Many romances celebrated the ideals of friendship and camaraderie. The relationships between knights, often bound by oaths of loyalty and brotherhood, resonated with audiences seeking models of noble conduct and unwavering solidarity. These portrayals of friendship offered a source of inspiration in a world where alliances were crucial for survival. The romances also celebrated the art of storytelling itself. Embedded within these narratives were often smaller tales, anecdotes told by characters within the story. These nested narratives added layers of depth, reflecting the medieval fascination with storytelling as a means of preserving cultural heritage and passing on wisdom. The linguistic diversity of English metrical romances highlights the fluidity of language and the ways in which culture evolves over time. The romances bear traces of Old English, Middle English, and even traces of other languages, underscoring the dynamic nature of language and its ability to adapt and accommodate influences from various sources. The influence of English metrical romances extended beyond literature into the realm of education. These narratives were not only entertaining but also served as pedagogical tools, imparting moral lessons, etiquette, and a sense of historical awareness to audiences of all ages. While the Middle Ages may seem distant, the romances offer a bridge between past and present. Their stories of courage, love, and resilience continue to resonate with modern audiences, reminding us of the enduring power of narratives to connect us to our shared humanity and to inspire us to face challenges with strength and hope. As we journey deeper into the realm of English metrical romances, we find ourselves immersed in a tapestry woven with threads of cultural endurance, imaginative escape, and timeless wisdom. These narratives, with their ability to transport us across time and space, invite us to join in a chorus of voices that have whispered across the ages, reminding us of the beauty of storytelling and the enduring legacy of human expression. Delving further into the enchanting world of English metrical romances, we unearth their role as guardians of oral tradition and repositories of cultural memory. These narratives, passed down through generations by storytellers, minstrels, and bards, weave a tapestry of connectivity that spans across time and space. The romances flourished within an oral culture that valued the spoken word as a means of preserving and transmitting knowledge. In a world where literacy was limited, these tales served as conduits for sharing history, legends, and moral lessons, ensuring that the wisdom of the past would endure in the collective consciousness. The dynamic nature of oral transmission meant that each retelling of a romance was unique, infused with the personality, style, and cultural perspective of the storyteller. This allowed for a fluidity and adaptability that enabled the narratives to remain relevant and relatable to diverse audiences. The romances played a pivotal role in fostering a sense of community and belonging. Storytelling gatherings, often held in communal spaces, brought people together to share in the magic of narratives. These shared experiences forged bonds, encouraged dialogue, and nurtured a sense of shared identity among listeners from different walks of life. The act of storytelling was a form of cultural preservation, a way of safeguarding traditions, rituals, and local law. By weaving elements of local geography, dialects, and customs into the romances, storytellers celebrated the uniqueness of their regions and reinforced a sense of pride in local heritage. The romances were not limited to a single format or medium. They thrived in various forms, from spoken recitations to sung ballads and dramatic performances. The flexibility of their presentation allowed them to adapt to different social contexts and reach audiences of different ages and backgrounds. While the advent of the printing press eventually led to written versions of these narratives, the oral tradition persisted, leaving an indelible imprint on the way stories were crafted and appreciated. The spoken word retained its power to captivate, enthrall, and create a sense of immediacy that drew listeners into the heart of the narrative. The echoes of the romances can be heard in modern storytelling traditions. The art of oral storytelling continues to thrive in cultures around the world, celebrating the enduring legacy of English metrical romances as pioneers of a tradition that honors the spoken word and its ability to connect generations and bridge gaps of time and distance. As we journey deeper into the heart of English metrical romances, we find ourselves in the midst of an oral tapestry that resonates with the voices of countless storytellers and listeners. These narratives, with their ability to transcend the confines of the written page and come alive in the spoken word, invite us to embrace the timeless art of oral tradition and its capacity to weave threads of connection that span across centuries. Venturing further into the realm of English metrical romances, we unveil their role as mirrors reflecting the diverse tapestry of cultures and influences that shaped medieval society. These narratives are not mere isolated stories, they are windows into a world where different cultures, languages, and traditions interwove, creating a rich mosaic of human experience. The romances offer glimpses into the crossroads of cultures. Many of these Narratives drew inspiration from sources beyond English shores, embracing elements from Celtic, French, Scandinavian, and even Arabic traditions. This cross-pollination of influences enriched the romances, infusing them with a cosmopolitan flair that transcended geographic boundaries. In the spirit of cultural exchange, the romances were not only influenced by other traditions but also influenced them in return. Elements of English culture and language left their mark on the romances, contributing to the fusion of identities and the emergence of a shared literary heritage that united diverse communities. The romances provide a lens through which we can explore the cultural attitudes and perceptions of the medieval world. They reveal societal values, expectations, and aspirations, offering insights into how people viewed topics such as gender roles, honor, and the dynamics of power and authority. Through the vivid descriptions of feasts, tournaments, and courtly rituals, the romances provide a snapshot of medieval social life. These narratives celebrate the art of hospitality, the codes of etiquette, and the pageantry of courtly ceremonies, inviting us to step into a world where elaborate banquets and grand spectacles were an integral part of cultural expression. The romances served as conduits for transmitting knowledge from different fields, including history, theology, and natural philosophy. Embedded within their verses are references to historical events, scientific observations, and theological debates, showcasing the multidisciplinary nature of medieval culture. While knights and ladies often take center stage, the romances also offer glimpses into the lives of ordinary people. Characters from various social strata populate the narratives, from peasants and craftsmen to clerics and merchants. These portrayals provide a more holistic view of society, highlighting the interconnectedness of different classes and professions. The romances also embrace the universal themes of human experience. Love, betrayal, friendship, and the pursuit of truth are woven into their narratives, transcending cultural boundaries and resonating with audiences from different backgrounds and time periods. As we journey further into the enchanting realm of English metrical romances, we find ourselves immersed in a kaleidoscope of cultures, languages, and traditions. These narratives, with their ability to capture the essence of diverse influences and weave them into a cohesive narrative tapestry, invite us to celebrate the richness of human heritage and the enduring power of stories to connect us to the vast spectrum of human experience. Our exploration of English metrical romances continues, revealing the intricate layers of symbolism that lie beneath the surface of these captivating narratives. Beyond their tales of knights and ladies, quests and battles, these romances are repositories of hidden meanings, allegorical insights, and profound reflections on the human condition. The romances often employ symbolism to convey moral and ethical lessons. Characters, objects, and settings take on deeper significance, serving as metaphors for virtues, vices, and the complexities of human nature. Through these symbols, the romances become allegorical mirrors reflecting the struggles and triumphs of the soul's journey. The portrayal of landscapes within the romances carries symbolic weight. Enchanted forests, treacherous swamps, and towering castles often represent the inner landscape of the human psyche. As characters navigate these physical spaces, they also navigate the landscapes of their emotions, desires, and spiritual growth. Colors, too, play a symbolic role in the romances. The rich tapestry of hues within the narratives is laden with meaning. White symbolizes purity and virtue, red represents passion and courage, and black signifies mystery and the unknown. These colors contribute to the nuanced portrayal of characters and themes. Animals and mythical creatures that inhabit the romances are imbued with symbolic significance. Dragons, often depicted as fierce adversaries, represent the forces of evil and chaos. Unicorns and other legendary beasts embody purity and grace. These creatures add depth to the narrative tapestry, enriching the stories with layers of meaning. The concept of the journey, a recurring motif in the romances, serves as a metaphor for personal growth, spiritual awakening, and the quest for self-discovery. As characters embark on physical quests, they also embark on inner journeys, facing challenges, making choices, and ultimately undergoing transformation. The motif of the supernatural or magical serves as a vehicle for exploring the boundaries between the mundane and the extraordinary. Magical objects, spells, and enchantments represent the elusive nature of truth, the mysteries of existence, and the limits of human understanding. Numbers and patterns are intricately woven into the romances, carrying symbolic weight. The number 3, for instance, often signifies completeness or divine presence. Patterns of 3s and 7s are echoed in the structure of quests, challenges, and narrative progression, inviting audiences to delve into the hidden layers of numerological significance. The concept of fate and destiny is another layer of symbolism that permeates the romances. Characters often grapple with the tension between free will and preordination, reflecting on the complexities of human agency and the mysterious forces that shape their lives. As we journey deeper into the labyrinthine world of English metrical romances, we uncover the shimmering threads of symbolism that infuse these narratives with deeper layers of meaning. These symbols, like hidden keys, unlock doorways to profound insights, inviting us to peer beyond the surface and embark on a quest of interpretation and discovery. In these layers of symbolism, we find the echoes of ancient wisdom, the whispers of universal truths, and the timeless allure of narratives that resonate with the human soul. As our odyssey through the realm of English metrical romances continues, we delve into the fascinating evolution of the literary form itself. These narratives, spanning centuries and cultures, bear witness to the ever-changing landscape of storytelling techniques, narrative structures, and the dynamic interplay between form and content. The romances are a testament to the versatility of poetic expression. They encompass a range of metrical forms, including rhymed couplets, alliterative verse, and even prose. This diversity of form adds texture to the narratives, allowing different themes and tones to be explored with precision and artistry. The incorporation of dialogue within the romances adds depth to character interactions and advances the plot. Conversations between characters provide insight into their motivations, beliefs, and conflicts, allowing audiences to engage more intimately with the emotional and psychological nuances of the story. The use of rhetorical devices within the romances showcases the skill of the poets in manipulating language for artistic effect. Devices such as metaphor, simile, and irony enrich the narrative texture, creating layers of meaning and contributing to the overall aesthetic appeal of the verses. The romances often feature narrative frames, where a central story is enveloped by a larger narrative context. This technique adds complexity and layers of storytelling, allowing multiple perspectives and voices to intertwine, enriching the reader's experience. The dynamic interplay between the spoken and the unspoken is another notable aspect of the romances. Characters often express their thoughts and emotions through gestures, actions, and subtle cues, inviting readers to decipher the unspoken language of the heart and the mind. The romance's exploration of time is both linear and cyclical. While the narrative progression follows a chronological order, flashbacks, dreams, and prophecies often disrupt this linear flow, creating a sense of timelessness and imbuing the stories with a mythic quality. The themes of memory and forgetting are intricately woven into the romances. Characters grapple with the past, confronting forgotten histories, lost loves, and buried secrets. This motif invites readers to contemplate the fragility of memory and the ways in which the past shapes the present. The concept of identity, often explored through disguise, transformation, and revelation, adds layers of intrigue to the romances. Characters may adopt new personas or undergo physical changes, inviting audiences to question the nature of self and the fluidity of identity. The use of motifs and recurring images, such as the symbolism of mirrors, reflections, and doubling, contributes to the romance's narrative depth. These motifs create echoes and resonances within the text, inviting readers to engage in a process of interpretation and uncover hidden connections. As we journey through the labyrinthine corridors of English metrical romances, we find ourselves immersed in a world where the art of storytelling is in constant flux, adapting, evolving, and innovating with each passing tale. These narratives, with their rich array of literary techniques, narrative devices, and narrative forms, invite us to celebrate the ever-changing landscape of literary expression and the boundless creativity of human imagination. This is all phone about English metrical romances. For more videos of English poetry, subscribe the channel.